SEO This Week, episode number 17. Thank you for joining us. We are also simulcasting this on Periscope, which is pretty cool. We were thinking about Instagram Live, however, it doesn't save the videos, so you can watch it live on Instagram and then it's gone, which, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll try that out maybe next week. Excuse me. Okay, so episode this week, SEO this week, episode number 17. We're going to cover 2017 strategies, HTTPS, some design terms, and a whole lot more. So without further ado, let's get started. Our first site is the good old Moz and Rand Fishkin, and it's crafting our how-to craft a strategy for 2017. It's whiteboard video, actually not very long. It's pretty good though. Basically, it goes into step one is the big picture for search trends, features, instant answers, intent behind keywords, etc., and how to better leverage those. And then the content. So that would be one of your first top level goals is to get more leads, and then you underline using a mind map system how or what you want to accomplish in order to do that. So what does it lead to you? Is it more phone calls? Is it more emails? And then if so, what kind of content do you need to generate those phone calls and emails? And then finally, step 3 is actually going on and building your editorial content and your content calendar using the keywords that you choose. Unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to get away from keywords solely as a means for marketing. You need keywords for pay-per-click. You need keywords for interests in pay-per-click in Facebook, for example. You even need them in Instagram and their payment schedules. So I think keywords are going to be here to stay, and you're going to need to just continue to evolve with that in 2017 and learning to figure out what the difference between a regular keyword is and then say a keyword with buyer intent versus a traffic keyword, which is more informational stuff. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, this video is not very long. You can read it and kind of give you a general overview, get some good ideas for this year. Next, we go on to Search Engine Journal. Their post is entitled HTTPS, and now it's required for Chrome. So basically, what that means is if you have a website now and that you ask for passwords or credit card information, and my guess is it's going to go into more if you're actually even having forms on your site, you're going to need to use HTTPS. And the good part about this is that they have Let's Encrypt now, and you can get these certificates for free. So really, there's no excuse why you should not be using one. And then, honestly, I think everyone can use it. I saw a benefit from using them on our sites, and we got a boost in rankings. However, as things go on, I think it's going to be more and more required just from everybody to have it. So I'd say go ahead and knock it out now. If you're an e-com store, you're going to need something way more expensive than the general Let's Encrypt one. You're going to need the one that gives you the badges, the security badges and all that other stuff on your site. And that's just a trust factor thing that people are looking for now, especially with all the stories on the news about hacking and stuff. And the various, they stole my information things that we're getting notified, like i.e. the billion accounts from Yahoo that happened months ago, and then all of a sudden now they want to tell us about it, so that kind of stuff. So HTTPS, I think you should go ahead and secure your websites and be on the safe side. Next, we're going to go over to Kissmetrics blog. It's 4 design terms that every marketer needs to know. Basically, what this does is it doesn't give you a whole lot of actionable information, but it gives you some information that you probably should want to learn. Basically, like what visual communication is, and it's easier to digest on the internet versus reading a long blog post. Not to say to skip doing long blog posts and just making infographics. That won't work for you. But if you implement some of the visual storytelling features into your marketing, it actually help you out. And you, if anything, you get more shares for your visualizations at the worst, and then at the very best, you can get some more opt-ins out of the added work. One thing I like to suggest is, let's say you're going to write a blog post, or you already have a bunch of them. Go ahead and turn those blog posts into visualizations via video, or let's say you made a list of some kind, turn that into infographics. They're really easy. There's plenty of free templates on the internet to do it for you, or you can pay someone $5 and have them, just create a little tiny one for you. They don't have to be complex. You can even share them on Instagram. Everyone knows how big or small your images on Instagram have to be. Create some memes and stuff like that. Those are all visual communication that will help you out. Next, we go into how to use Instagram Live. As I said when I started this, we're doing this on Periscope. We're doing Periscope Live. And one of the things that I saw with Instagram Live instantly, and the reason why we're not doing our live broadcast on Instagram, is that Instagram Live doesn't save it at all. So people will watch you live, and then it's gone forever into the reaches of internet space. So I'm not really keen on that. I think if I'm going to put the work in and have the content, at least my followers should be able to see it for some period of time. But it's interesting nonetheless. I think this is going to be a really good competitor for Periscope. However, I don't know how smart it is for Facebook to do it, considering they just launched Facebook Live. And now they have Instagram Live. What are they trying to accomplish here? But we'll see how it goes. In the end, this post is actually pretty good. Just kind of tell you what to do, how to get started, how to promote it. From what I saw when we were looking at researching it for today's broadcast was you get your followers. All your followers are notified that you're live. You do your live broadcast. If they come, great. If they don't, well, then they miss out. So the benefit to me would be for small businesses to have a lot of followers and then stay consistent with their shows, and then play around with the times and see, let's say if I do a broadcast at 10 a.m., do I get more people watching versus if I do it at 6 p.m., that kind of thing. So next, we go to SEO by the Sea. This is kind of a nerdy, heady thing, but basically what it's entitled, Google tracking how busy places are by looking at the location histories. If you don't remember, in the news the last couple of weeks, Uber has been getting a lot of flack because they were leaving their location tracking on beyond your ride. So your Uber would drop you off, and then they'd track your location for 5 minutes. And everyone was all up in arms because they were tracking you. Google's gone one step further, and they're tracking you all the time. So let's say you're going on a shopping spree, you're walking around a mall, and you walk into 4 or 5 different stores. Google is following you around to see how busy the stores are, and then they're saying that they're not, that's, for the benefit, and they're not tracking your personal information, etc. But Google has a crap ton of your personal information, and then they tie that up together with where you're going, and then they use that for the universal search results, and now they're updating mobile. So I think maybe someone needs to be watching Google and saying, hey, why are you tracking us so much? Great. It's great for business owners. We get to say how busy our business is. Look how we're good. Google's ranking us more because we're busier. However, in the end, as an end user, I'd be a little bit worried about that. As a marketer, I kind of understand the purposes of it, but as an end user, a layman who's not into marketing, just be aware that Google's kind of following you around a little bit. The next site is called Practical E-commerce. It's actually a pretty good one. It talks about influencer marketing. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. Hi, and then basically what it means is you build a blogger program, or one of the methods is to build a blogger program. Basically what that means is you create a system where you can outreach to people and get them to talk about your business on their blogs. You can pay for them to do it, or you can kind of build a brand and get your brand advocates to do it. But basically, that's what the blogger program is. And then you can do influencer platforms, i.e., there's a couple sites out there that will connect you with people who are willing to talk about and promote businesses in exchange for money. And then the final one is tapping into your customers. This is the one I like the best because one, it's free, and two, these are your brand advocates. If you're treating your customers right, they're going to talk about you on Facebook. They're going to talk to you about on their websites if they have them. So why not reach out to them and ask for the referrals, etc. in that way? I think that's a pretty cool idea. The next one is from searchenginepeople.com. This is a new one on us. I have never seen this site, so that's pretty good information on here beyond what we're going to go into. But this topic is how to identify cold, warm, and hot leads on Twitter. And basically, what that means is you can go ahead and find there's a lot of ways to generate leads. As you know, you can generate traffic to your website, pay-per-click ads, etc. But if you already have a Twitter account, you can manage that and go into Twitter and kind of look and find these people that are looking for information. And basically, it's through using a search queries, i.e., people that are searching for, hey, I need help with this, or I'm looking for advice on, and then whatever your topic is. And then you kind of move them into your process and talk to them a whole lot more as you go, as you build on. There's actually 7 steps to their system. It's pretty cool. And we're going to actually test this out ourselves. What we're going to do is take our from a couple episodes ago. If you're on Periscope, you don't know about this, but a couple episodes ago, we talked about using a 14-day test calendar on Twitter. So basically, you take 14 blog posts. For each blog post, you make 14 tweets, and then you send those out over a 7 or 14-day period. And when we combine that with this here is of identifying the leads, we might actually get some decent clientele out of it. If anything, we're going to get some website traffic. So it'll be pretty cool. And we'll teach everyone how we did that on the blog down the road. Now we're going back to practical e-commerce. This is some back-end fixes to increase page speed. If you don't know, we have a page speed optimization service. It's actually pretty good, if I do say so myself. But basically, what this is talking about is the back-end stuff, i.e. the server fixes. Now, typically, small businesses, etc., don't have access to servers, which is why we don't offer this part of the page speed optimization stuff, because most businesses are not going to have their own servers. So I don't know how applicable this will be, but maybe you can read this, get some ideas, and have some questions for your hosting provider. Again, if you're on a shared host, don't even bother. And the best bet is if you're using it like a virtual private server or a dedicated server. These would be some things for you to check out. The biggest thing I would like to point out, though, you skip all the way to the bottom, is caching. Especially if you're on WordPress, you can implement caching all on your own, or if anything, you just find out what caching is. So again, you can talk to your host provider and see if they're offering it. If you're on a managed site like WP Engine, those kind of host providers, then you probably have some caching going on already. Let's see. Next site is called localvisibilitysystem.com, and the topic is, should you copy and paste your online reviews to your site? This is actually keeps coming back and forth. It's new now because it used to be you could use schema, which basically gives us those cool little review stars in the search results, and use the reviews from, let's say, Google Plus or Facebook and Yelp, and kind of add them all together. Before, this is what we were all doing, and then make your stars. Well, now the terms of service have been more strictly enforced, which basically means that you have to collect the reviews on your website in order to use those stars. So which left a lot of people with, well, what do I do with the reviews on my Google Plus page, my Facebook page, and my Yelp? Well, now it's a lot of different options. You can take pictures of them and then put them on the images on there, or you can copy paste the exact thing and put that on there and write, this is a review from Tim on Google Plus, and then write it out. So I think it's okay to do it as long as you just point where the review is at. So don't just write it out again and just kind of leave it there. It's that kind of brings the trustworthiness of it out. I would actually put underneath it just source and then a link so they can go right and see the rest of your reviews that are already on there too. So you pick, like, let's say you have 3 sites that are collecting reviews: Yelp, Google, and Facebook. And then pick the top 10, assuming that you have that many, from each of those, and then link to the source at the bottom of that set of 10. And that way, all of your reviews are signed and your accounts are interlinked, which is pretty good too. That's kind of boost up your SEO just a little bit. Probably insignificantly enough, but it could still help you at some point. Next, we look at the Search Engine Journal. This is our last blog post for this week, and it's top 16 websites for finding perfect GIFs and memes. As everyone knows, a GIF, just a moving image, that's the GIF, and then you have the memes. Those are really shared a lot, especially on Facebook, and then I Am Gur. Reddit will get you a lot of traffic if you can create some original memes. Sometimes it's hard though, in finding something that's gonna pop. So you can go to these sites that offer and share them, download those and then share them on your accounts, and linking to your website. Or you can even put them on your website and share from your website, and giving your readers an opportunity to do it. It is pretty cool. It gives you traffic, but it doesn't really necessarily give you converting traffic. So it's harder to find something that will convert in the image format unless you're doing specific things, i.e. an image of rose petals and flowers and a coffee cup in a hand that Starbucks did, that tells a story without words, and then they gained a lot of traffic and branding from Instagram, etc., from doing it. So pretty interesting. But again, there's let's see, 10, 12, 14, 16 different sites where you can get some memes and stuff. If anything, you get some meme ideas, and you can make some pictures for your Instagram account. I Am Gur, and perhaps Reddit, and it's just boost your traffic up. Don't expect a lot in way of sales from it, but it makes you feel good to know that your marketing is working. And if you get one sale out of a free meme, then it's paid for itself, right? All right, that's it. This has been episode 17 of SEO This Week, presented by Olympia SEO. My name is Clint Butler, and thank you for watching on Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube. And I hope you have a great week.